entity had been waiting for us when we arrived, and the first thing out of its mouth was, "You have no business here. I was invited." The man called me at the end of his rope. He had suffered as long as he had with an entity that had started in his dreams and had now followed him into waking reality as well. He and his sister had moved to Colorado and were renting a home, both adults. While they were living in the house, they hadn't actually had a discussion about what they later learned were symptoms that they were both experiencing. They don't know how long it had been going on, but together it started with feeling like they were disconnected from their spiritual practice, and it happened almost as soon as they moved in. They thought maybe it was just the move. People change, things change. But pretty soon their dreams started to reflect this negativity. The man said that he had been dreaming for years about something he referred to as a demon, his words, and that it had started with the feeling of disconnection in his dreams, which then translated to reality. It moved from that to feelings of hopelessness. He was feeling like he had no control over his life or anything in it, that he didn't deserve to live. And this was coming from inside of his own head. It started to affect their surroundings, especially their electronics, which I've always found fascinating. They were missing emails and phone calls that had to do with work that made them look like they weren't doing their jobs. But even worse, they were getting random texts with no number associated with them, and the text would only contain one of two words: ghost or jinn. When he called me, he said that they didn't know what else to do. It had gotten so bad that they were experiencing physical bodily pain to such a degree that they couldn't leave the house. So whatever it is now has not just infiltrated their dreams, it's causing physical pain and damaging their well-being. He was concerned in particular for his sister and was afraid that she would end her life because she wasn't as strong as he was when it came to fighting these. His sister could describe the entity that she saw. So did he. They described something very similar. We tried to connect on the phone to talk multiple times, and something would happen every time. So we moved to email. The emails wouldn't send in order. It didn't matter how I sent them. Somehow when he received them, they didn't make any sense. I finally got an email through to him that just said, "Let's just not try to connect anymore. I'm just going to go deal with the work." That week I was working 14-hour days, and I couldn't. I just didn't have the energy to fight something I knew was going to be really difficult. The following week, I reached out and let him know that I'd be doing the work that night, and he told me that he hadn't left the house since the last time I talked to him. That's how bad it was. So we went to do the work.